Okay, now Panama's investor visa approvals are up 106% just in 2021. This came out in IMI newsletter. The Friendly Nations visa apps surged ahead of the deadline. Now, Panama's got so many residency by investment programs, as I've mentioned before, and it's a neat place to get a residency for several reasons. They got this program called the Ubilata. It's discounts on everything. Even airline flights are 20% going out of Panama City. So, I mean, the airline flights are incredibly cheap. You've got food, just everything you get is going to be discounted if you're an Ubilata at retirement age. Now, there are some things that I don't like about Panama, which I'm going to tell you before I get into this, and one is, you're gonna, if you go there to try to get your citizenship and passport, you're looking at, they tell you 5 years before you can apply, count 10 to 15 years before you can apply for the passport and citizenship and get it, okay? I know people have been there for 17 years, still have not gotten that passport. And another thing, you're going to have to pass that a language test, and you're going to have to relinquish your other or many other citizenships and passports, whatever you got, to get that passport. So if you're going there, like I said, to try to get the passport, that's not the best route. There are better countries. But if you're looking for a real good place where you could literally live tax-free and run a business from there, as long as it's outside the country, because remember, Panama has a territorial tax system. They tax any sort of business that you've got there locally. So these are some things that you really need to take in consideration. Anyway, folks, also if you want to legally get your income taxes to zero, or how to get a second passport as quick as 45 days, do three things. Hit the subscribe button at the right of your screen right here and the notification bell next to it. You'll get new videos automatically. We've got over 600 videos. This is where you learn all this good stuff. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. Number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and ask for some help. Okay, in this article, they were talking about policymakers in Panama, much like in Singapore, to which the Central American countries often compared, has historically recognized that small, strategically located countries with limited natural resources must invite foreign capital and talent to thrive. Now, as a consequence, Panamanian economic and immigration policy has focused on making the jurisdiction attractive to offshore companies, investors, and otherwise resourceful residents. Now, of all the different jurisdictions that this newsletter said that they covered, none offer any greater number of variety of immigration routes to enterprise and individuals as Panama. I totally agree with this. They got so many different programs. They've had these programs for years and years, and they come out with new ones often during the years. I actually lived there for about 4 years. And one thing is, too, there's not that many people that speak English there. Before I went, a magazine said there were a lot of people, but it's only about 2%. I'm telling you, it's not that many. So if you're not willing to learn that language, don't even attempt to go there. For example, over the last decade, Panama has administered at least 14 different investment-based visa categories. Investor visas in Panama generally give the applicant the choice between speed and price. Invest more, get a residency or permanent residency faster. Those happy to physically relocate to Panama have even more options, such as by starting or operating a business in the country or demonstrating a certain level of income to qualify for an independent means visa, such as the Rentista and Retado and the Ubilata Pensiata. Now, the price to live there too, it's high compared to other Central American countries, but it's still low compared to the U.S. in a lot of ways. Food is very inexpensive there. The Solvencia Propia Investors Visa, for which applicants can qualify by making a $300,000 US investment in real estate. You can do this also with term deposits or a combination of the same and grant permanent residency for after 3 years. Now, in 2021, Panama introduced what's called the Qualified Investor Program. Now, this grants immediate permanent residency to those who invest certain amounts in at least $500,000. If you go in before October 2022, it's $300,000, and this would be in either real estate or securities, or if you deposit $750,000 in a U.S. Panamanian bank. Now, one thing is, if you buy securities in Panama that are Panamanian securities, you got to understand they're not real liquid. And so if you get out of them, depending on how much you're trying to get out of, you might take a big hit because it is a very illiquid type market for buying Panamanian equities in Panama. Now, the Friendly Nations visa was from practically free to bona fide investor visa, but all the various capital-based routes to Panamanian residency, the most popular by some distance has been the Friendly Nations visa, which until August of last year was practically free for nationals of 50 countries considered friends of Panama. Now, the Friendly Nations visa of Panama was was introduced a executive decree number 343 of May the 16th, 2012, under the presidency of Ricardo Martinelli, and it quickly rose in popularity, offering a simple, fast, and affordable residency by investment program. And investors were able to obtain permanent residency within 6 months by simply proving financial solvency and economic ties to Panama for less than $10,000 US, depending on the family size. Now, though in practice required very little in the way of investment, Hammond explains that it was formerly always considered an investment-based visa because of the requirement to place at least $5,000 temporarily in a local bank account. Though not substantial, it was nonetheless an investment. These programs are still reasonably priced, but they have got quite a bit higher over the years. However, under the Executive Decree number 197, May the 7th, 2021, there were changes to the Friendly Nations visa, emulated more traditional residency by investment programs by raising the qualifying investment to a more substantial amount. Now, there are three ways Panama Friendly Nations visa became less friendly over the summer. The FNV rules now stipulate the applicants make an investment of $200,000 US in either real estate or a fixed term deposit, or obtain employment sponsorship from a Panamanian company. Moreover, FNV applicants are no longer awarded immediate permanent residency in Panama. They must now undergo a 6-month assessment period, following which, if approved, are awarded a 2-year temporary residency. At the conclusion of 2 years, applicants become eligible for permanent residency. Now, for now, if clients are going the real estate route, the qualified investor visa is more attractive than the Solvencia Propia real estate investment visa, but in October it will increase to $500,000 US, so depending on your budget, either visa could be a good option. Now, if they prefer a fixed deposit, the Solvencia Propia visa would be a better option, as it is a lower amount than the $750,000 required for a qualified investor visa. Now, the FNV statistics for 2021 show that the government's announcement of more demanding requirements for the visa category drove a surge in applications in the months leading up to August, which is when the new rules actually took effect. Now, main applicant approval volume more than doubled compared to 2020, and was also up by 67% compared to in 2019, indicating in 2021's performance was not merely a rebound from the pandemic year. Now, because of the 6-month assessment period, the 562 approvals recorded for January this year, which on an annual basis is 56% above the 2021 figure, indicate the government still processing most of the overhang from last year's rush. Now, the applications that were submitted close to the deadline were still in processing this year, and were getting approved in January and early February. Now that all applications should be approved or denied, they're talking about expecting to see a decrease going forwards. Now, an investment requirement went from virtually nothing to 200,000 US dollars, you would expect demand from the FNV visa to crater or soon as the pre-deadline background to be tackled sometime in March, but on the ground observations seem to indicate that this counterintuitive yet isn't really happening yet. One reason although they're going up on the prices and it's not really slowing down a lot, is Panama really does have a lot to offer. One thing that's really neat there too is if you're getting up in age and you're wanting good health care, the Punta Pacifica has a Johns Hopkins hospital. They can do everything there. And so if you're looking for a place that has good health care and inexpensive, that's a great place to go. And a territorial tax system, this is one thing I really like that you don't have in Mexico. Mexico taxes you to death if you're there on a regular basis over 183 days a year. They'll tax you on your worldwide income. So these are some things I would try avoiding in countries like Mexico. Now, Marcos Kramer of Panamanian law firm says that he's still receiving the same number of inquiries for FNV visas now as he was before the changes, despite now much higher price tags. But Kramer also comments that he's now receiving more inquiries for other investment visa categories, particularly the qualified investor and Solvencia Propia and reforestation investor visas. Now, the reforestation visa, for reference, allows investors to qualify for permanent residency in Panama within either 3 years or a few months by investing, respectively, a minimum of either 100,000 or 350,000 US dollars. Now, it remains to be seen whether uptake for the FNV remains strong in 2022, despite the elevated investment requirement at a minimum of 200,000 US and a 2-year path to permanent residency. The FNV will be competing chiefly with the Solvencia Propia visa, US 300,000 and permanent residency in 3 years, open to all nationalities. The qualified investor visa now, which is coming up, is 500,000 and instant permanent residency, and then you've got the reforestation visa. Now, these are great programs, but like I said before, folks, if you're looking to get a citizenship and a passport, and you're looking, at better opportunities down the road, because remember, Panama bars out a lot of people out of their different business opportunities unless you're a citizen. And it's going to take you maybe 15 years to get the passport. So if you need to do some homework before you go there, otherwise you might be trying to set up a business after you move and then find out you can't set it up. If you want to know more on this, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. Hit the top bar that says apply with us, fill out the questions. Hit that bottom bar that says send it to us. We deal with over 100 citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries all over the world. And number 2 is I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And number 3 is, folks, go and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You're going to get new videos automatically right here to the right of your screen. And again, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and ask for some help, and we'll get you on the path to get you started. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.